Alright, today I got the brand new Spinal Blade weapon. On its initial release, the weapon wasn't so strong, but recently it got buffed and it may be one of the strongest weapons in the game. And I'm going to showcase this fighting the Halloween boss using the Spinal Blade, and of course I'm going to use the shoes as well, but I'm going to showcase the Spinal Blade strength. This is the build I'm running. I'm trying to cap out on skill damage from Devil Horns and Coffin Backpack. The Bat Pet and the Spooky Cat Pet will both heal me and give me extra damage stats. And of course, I've got Prodigy on both weapons right here. Got AP and attack passive, as well as a double damage curve. I have my Spinal Blade built like this for 6 cooldown and 1 damage. I wish I went 1 cooldown less and went 2 damage, because the cooldown is actually too fast when I'm using a weapon like shoes, because I also have high cooldown on it as well. Because I always have a move ready. I don't have enough time to use all my moves. So cooldowns are just way too fast, but hey, that's a good thing. Without further ado, let's showcase the new buff for this weapon. Alright, I just loaded in. Of course, I've got the Spinal Blade at 100 mastery, and I've got the shoes at 100 mastery. The key strategy to this fight is to try and spam your V move no matter what at any cost. I'm going to display the damage with the V move here. So we got 3,172. And mind you, this is only 1 upgrade in damage, so it has insane high DPS value. And now that we got double damage, let's see how much it does. The damage isn't done. Boom, 4,751 damage. So this Spinal Blade is now a powerful and viable weapon, since each move aside from the first move does at least 1,000 damage, making it at least making it definitely runnable for sure. And the strategy you want to do with this boss is make sure there's a wall behind you as he's facing you, so that when he uses that TP move, he doesn't TP far away and you're still able to spam all your moves here. So see how he's going to use that move and teleport? You want him to face into a corner so that you're able to just spam your moves without missing and without having to run across the map. And that stomping move, I would be careful, as it still does a lot of damage despite all your heals. It's the strongest move he has right there. But you want to cycle your B moves as much as possible. You see? He did pretty good. You want to try and teleport. Make him teleport into the corner so that he doesn't teleport away from you. Whoa, just got sent flying there. Yeah, this map's still buggy, so my times are still a little inconsistent because I get flying off the map or stuff like that. Or the boss dies on his own by falling off the map. So this game is still riddled with lots of bugs. And I don't know if you noticed, but I have my Spinal Blade ultimate move ready, but I'm not going to use it because it's actually not that strong. And I would rather M1 than pop the ult, because the scaling is just really weak on it. And you're also interrupted and aren't able to use any of your moves while your ult is happening. We just got him at half health here, so we're already halfway done beating him. We're making great time. And this is a great showcase of Spinal Blade's new power. Shoes ultimate is still kind of worth using. I wouldn't really prioritize it though. I would still rather do either some moves or definitely use her V moves. But if everything else is on cooldown, then I would if everything else is on cooldown, then using the shoes ultimate is still a good idea. But ultimates are slowly getting pushed out of the meta. It's like it's gonna be V moves. Done. That was pretty quick. That was a great showing for Spinal Blade here. And it only took us about 6 minutes. Alright, so my final thoughts. I want you to know that the raid times that you can get from the Halloween boss are really inconsistent because he teleports away and there are times when your V moves get missed. The Spinal Blade isn't very great at building your meter for your double damage perk. So sometimes I don't always have double damage on. That just means I need to use my shoes skills more. But overall, Spinal Blade is definitely a powerful weapon. Before the buff, it was weaker than Ghost, it was weaker than Bow, it was weaker than everything. But now, I believe only shoes, possibly the argument that Bow is better than Spinal Blade. But now it's a powerful weapon in its own right, and I like Spinal Blade. It's a cool weapon. It has cool moves. Though the end lag on moves can get pretty annoying, because the only reason why I believe shoes is stronger because its moves are snappy. You use them and you see all the damage come out. While Spinal Blade is barrage moves, and after you use a barrage, there's end lag where you can't do anything after you use the move. So that's a pretty hefty drawback, but the damage is pretty high and pretty powerful. I think the highest damaging a single move in the entire game is Spinal Blade's V move. But Shoes just has an overall better kit since Spinal Blade's first move isn't that powerful, as well as its ultimate move isn't really that powerful either. And of course, I've also got the new gear. That's how you solo the raid in at least 6 minutes. You just need all this new gear to be equipped right here, and it's gonna be the fastest way to grind more candies and for me to try and get the Halloween sword and showcase it for you guys. So if anybody has any ideas of what you would like for me to do in this new update, please let me know, and thank you guys for watching.